What do you mean no sound? Like you can't hear me? I'm muted. Appreciate that though, Gaia 6. Morning, morning, morning.
We don't want to hate or despise one another. This world has room for everyone. Good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. You, the people, have the power. The power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with
Yo, good morning, everybody. How we doing? It is 4 days from Christmas. If you celebrated the other Hanukkah, happy holidays, everybody. We got New Year's coming up. I think that's where we're gonna start today. New Year's fam, New Year's. This is a big stream, fam. This is a big stream. I think it's very important to understand where we are, right? Like every shoot, we're just gonna start. We gotta start with the old fresh chart, right? We gotta break this baby down. We're just gonna use the yearly, seeing we're so close to that yearly. We've had 13 years of this bad boy. We've only had on the chart had a couple. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Right, all right, perfect. 13 years. All right, 13 years and going. Quite the amazing chart. We've only had one time we've engulfed our previous bear chart, bear yearly, and you can see right here we're pretty close, fam. In fact, going back to 2015, and you just obviously let's look at this chart constructively, and going back to 2011, 13 years, going back to 2016, we've always kind of played those yearly levels, right? You can see the back test here. This is pretty clean back test of the yearly. You're getting within dollars at this point of back testing the yearly. So when you broke out here, you're looking at a chart. This chart existed at some point. There was a chart out there, whether it was TradingView or this chart existed. This yearly break in 2016 was your buy and hold opportunity. Had you bought and hold and knew anything about charts, had I known anything about charts, known anything about technical analysis, and I looked at this Bitcoin chart back in 2016, it's a buy and hold. All right, buy, you hold, that's it. You don't need to do anything else. You're thinking like, oh man, this thing started in the cents, dollars, and now it's $913. It's 913x. This chart just broke its yearly structure. If that is Tesla, okay, at the end of the year, if that is Amazon, if that's Google, you're long in that chart. You're long in that chart every single time. We had a clean back test in 2017 at the lows, basically $754. At some point, we back tested it and then we popped and we closed up there close to the highs of 20K. 19,666 was the number actually at the highs. And then you can see again how we played the yearly level. This is cycle by cycle. I'm just kind of going over. This is the year, fam. We're coming to a new yearly candle. It's so exciting, right? A new yearly candle. I mean, let's keep everything in perspective. Oh shit, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, you can't make this shit up. It touched the yearly close 2017, the yearly open of 2018 to the dollar in 2019. Okay. $13,880 was the yearly open in 2018. The yearly high in 2019 was $13,888 or $880, excuse me. It's the same exact. We touched it perfectly. All right. Come COVID, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, probably in retrospect, right? We know enough about COVID. In retrospect, we could argue, well, this was the elites. This was the elites kind of fucking everybody over. The weak hands probably bought a shitload on this dip, and then they just took off. The whales, the exchanges, this was, and there is no such thing as coincidences, fam. I don't believe in coincidences. You can't tell me that they didn't need to retest this yearly. Now, let's say COVID didn't happen. Maybe we would have bled down. But at that point, February, you got the halving coming up, halving, whatever you want to call it, coming up on Bitcoin a month before, 2 months before the halving. I mean, come on, fam. They needed to rush down there and retest the yearly. We did it here. Okay, we did it here. You know, and then of course you get front run again. All right, front run, a little front run, a little front run. These are dollars and pennies. This is less than a 1% on the wick. You know, here we had actually a pretty big deviation. Everyone could argue, you know, maybe we come down here at some point and we actually retest it. Always on the table, right? Got to watch this yearly level. This is it, but this is, frankly, this is probably, and I cannot argue anything else, this looks like a very bullish chart. All right. If you look right here again, this is kind of our down candle, right? This is our top. Here's our top. Here's our bear market year. Here's kind of our pre-bull market year. I call it the bear market retracement, and we're right there, fam. We're right there, and frankly, I do think they have a goal. They want to get it over. They want to get it over that 46.3 for a wick. And right now you can see just on lower time frames. All right, we'll go over that chart here again. Just you can see on lower time frames, right? They're going to be fighting this 30-minute cross. So that's not a good sign. Losing the 30-minute trend. Definitely don't want to lose these range lows. You can see it's really clean right there. 30 minutes. You start closing down here. That's when I'm closing longs all together. But if you just see it's distributing a little bit, right? We got BNB holding fine. It's finally seeing a little bit of volatility up there. A little bearish divergence. You could call this a little bit of vertical accumulation. BNB holding up fine while Bitcoin is, you know, struggling to hold up, we'll say. Look at stocks. So it is important to keep stocks in retrospect, but look at stocks. It's the hourly candle. Pretty nasty little wick for 26 minutes left. They could fill it out, you know, work it back, but we're going to look at like some type of squeeze on the 21 and 50. And Bitcoin kind of doing the same thing. This is the last line of support here. I'd say, and it's important to, you know, be able to flip your bias. We don't get a wick down here and then something worse than you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got a little compression here. We're coming off this really big compression, especially on the 4 hour. Coming off a little compression, some expansion. So we did hit resistance. This is a nice range too. You know, they got time. They do have time to send it up. Do they send it up? You know, we'll see. We got the monthly level as well. You look at the monthly level. You know, we got a little bit more juice. It looks like you could touch that monthly level here. Just move the line. You know, maybe they front run it. I mean, I'm gonna play the long for now, as long as we hold that. So oh, I got that just upsets me every time this fucking happens. Hold on 1 second, fam. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Yo, sorry, fam. I got a phone call I had to take. All right. All right, so getting back to it again, as long as Bitcoin holds this, right, we could easily see a move up. Let's kind of look at that. I think it's the 4-hour trend line. It's got a pretty clean trend line here. You know, for now we're kind of holding it. You know, maybe not. You'd argue maybe we're starting to lose it. Let me just touch this wick here. Yeah, it looks okay for right now. We'll see how this bounces. 52 minutes left in the 4-hour. You know, doesn't look the greatest. But again, you know, we are range bound. You saw what I believe is kind of the end of the year target. Let's see if they can get it up there. They're holding this upper echelon of the range. And nice, you know, you look at, we're in this really tight spot here. Kind of 4-hour support resistance, a little deviation right here. At least that's how it looks to me. Either way, a larger range on Bitcoin. You know, some alts are doing okay. I told people don't sleep on BNB. Let's look at BNB. Well, let's look at, yeah, let's start with BNB, and then we'll go to Solana here. BNB, all right, so we had the 3-day close yesterday. We should be talking about that too on Bitcoin, but we had the 3-day close yesterday, which is great, right? And I mean, this is a really, again, this is the Solana fractal I kind of put out here. It was kind of the same time, but this is the 3-day. We had a nice 3-day bullish cross, came down here, tested it, bounced. I mean, breaking the meme line right now, right? We know just by funding, fam, and we've gone over this in previous streams, but just by funding, there's some juice up here, fam. There's some shorts up here that could get squeezed. Looking really, really good as far as I'm concerned. Don't sleep on this. I don't think if Bitcoin ain't done. And again, let's go down to this 3-day here. We'll clean up the 3-day again. Really, let's go to the daily real quick and look at the EMA. We're no reason to really be bearish at this point. 21 EMA is still actually climbing up. It's not even flat. You want to see it start flattening out to think it's looking bearish. Hit the resistance, obviously. They're trying to hold. They have to hold that little line of, you know, 1-hour support that I showed you, or 4-hour support on and we're in this type spot. But again, the daily trend, we're moving up, right? Like we're still, as far as like a daily, you know, analysis, you just look at the EMA and MA, we're still moving up. This is kind of what you don't want to see, right? Is you get this compression. We got now 2 flat, similar candles. They could hold it here essentially flat all day. They could hold it, right? The volatility, the buyers could come in, and they could push it up, right? But right now, the fact that we aren't really expanding down with 8 hours left, again, we're holding that range. There's no uncertainty on the longs yet. And I would say longs across the board. You worry about if Bitcoin starts to dip, is the long you're in an alt, whether it's AVAX, BNB, Solana, is that alt going to be affected by that dip? You just don't know unless you're really tracking that Sol Bitcoin. And I'm going to get to that here in a second. But again, this is the daily Bitcoin. It's holding for now. We got that tight range. Go to the 3-day. This is a really important time frame now, fam. Go to the 3-day, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, this is a nice 3-day level that they're trying. You know, they're walking it up, right? They're walking it up. That's how we like to describe it. You know, is all right. Here we go. Want to hold the 40K, right? Want to hold. Sorry, not 40K, 43K. 42.9. That's really the level to hold. They could wick it down there easily. They may wick it down there. They easily may wick it down there, fam. And if they wick it down there, watch that bounce at 42.8, 43K. Because if you get a nice bounce there, let's say today, because we got 2 days and 9 hours left on that 3-day candle. We got a lot of time. Like we got Friday, we got the supposedly bullish PCE core data, the inflation core data, whatever, you know. So if markets react positively, really positively tomorrow, and you can see that the S&P is up today about 0.6 from being down yesterday, 0.9, NASDAQ, you know, if we see some positive move, that could be our last push up to that yearly level. I don't think we're done until we get to that monthly or yearly level. And you know, I would argue they may send it a little bit higher to grab some liquidity, right? Get everyone bullish. They got to get people bullish here, fam. And if they get people bullish here, let's look at how that 5 minutes looking real quick on lower time frames. If they get people bullish here on the way up, they got a nice slow climb, 44.4, 44.6, 45K. You know, we start climbing 45.5, 46. We just fly by that yearly level at 46.3. People are really raising eyebrows. You know, get a little bit higher than that, and then pull the rug before the yearly open. I mean, we'll see. They got time. We got eight days left or something on that yearly candle. Let's see here. 10 days left. 10 days is a lot of time. 10 days is a lot of time. I added a new time frame only because I saw somebody using it, and here's the 6 day on Bitcoin, right? So this is a pretty awesome time frame, if you ask me. This is I mean, it looks fine to me, right, fam? Right? I mean, how's it look to you? And we're zoomed out here, right? We just had the 6 day close, but this is, I was looking at that last night. I was like, all right, that's kind of cool time frame. But yeah, fam, you know, we got a little room to go down. We'll see if they want to drop it like it's hot. They are holding again. This you just could make your levels. It's pretty clean. We got the 4-hour trend still. We got the 1 hour 50. I think they got close here. 1 hour 50. We got a little compression on Bitcoin. We want to see this expand in the next 45 minutes. You don't want to see this compression off of a bounce. Usually I don't like to see that. At least that's not usually strength, but we'll see. Again, we got time for strength to come in. Everyone saw BNB. Let's talk about Solana. That bad boy Solana now. All right, compression on this 1 hour. Like a lot of compression on this 1 hour. Even though we're driving up, it's trying to revert a little bit. Let's talk about the EMA and MA. So here we go. We got the 10 minutes fighting that 10 minute. Can break it. Has some strength here. Could break it. So it gets back over that 10-minute trend. Watch out. Solana could continue to run. I wouldn't short this at this point. You know, you go through. I shorted it before bed, and I don't think I want to take trades anymore before bed. It's like one of those things. So I shorted it before bed, and it had like a really nice, you know, whatever you want to call it, back test. 83, 85. 85 was resistance. But had a nice walk up. Again, you manage these trades, and you manage these trades instead of sleeping. It's easier to kind of invalidate it, right? You know, you get this kind of walk up structure. Had I been watching it a little bit closer and wasn't sleeping, you know, might have pulled that short much sooner. But this is how you watch it, right? Boom, boom, Valhalla. So, but we're gonna zoom out to Solana, and I'm still gonna make kind of the same argument here. So here's the 2 week, right? This is the 2 week. I've been watching this. Move all the drawings. We have what is the 2 week level, all right? And we're blowing by it, right? The first 4 days of it were by this 2 week level. We got another level right here. You could easily be go for, and it looks really good right now. But another thing you want to watch when we got Bitcoin chopping things up, right? Solana's pumping, Inge is dumping overnight. You know, you got what other coins are pumped overnight? BNB pumped overnight, excuse me. Forgot about that one. Near pumped 18% overnight. Wow. I mean, just crazy. So this pumped 18%, it looks like, on the daily. Near, Flow, pumped hard. And again, some of these didn't pump, right? You got Woo dumping. Inge was dumping pretty hard here. I would say it's been under that 40 level for a bit. Solana's continuing to pump. Let's check that hourly now. Here we get some volatility. Still compressed because this could got up, right? You know, you just never know on these things. So I think honestly people should just be safe for the most part. And you know, obviously I would argue we still have some time to go up on most things. I'm watching the Sol Bitcoin chart on the 2 week here, and that's a really clean level. So, you know, we'll see how much more room it has, but we're compressing here on this 2 week. We're getting to the overbought land, and you know, you watch this. This is another clean level, right? This is could easily push. So Bitcoin gets past, starts working its way past that level. I think it could easily push, but see here. And it honestly might be going for that. I mean, Solana might be going for $1.15, 120. I mean, 10 days left. Got New Year's. I don't know how. Let's see here. You know, this is a little concerning, right? For me. Got 10 days, 9 hours. First 4 days of this 2 week we've pumped, and it's compressing. So that's not usually the best sign. Personally, I don't think this is going to continue up to that next level. Here at $115, you know, 110. It certainly could. I'm not going to doubt it, but this doesn't look good. So depending on where we go up here, I think we could just wick the rest of the day. So, or the rest of the 2 weeks. So with 10 days left, let's say Solana pumps to 99, $110, $111, let's say by the end of the week. Even though it's compressing, also, obviously bearish divergence. Let's say it pumps by the end of the week to $111, you know, it just keeps pumping. Then that would, and this doesn't expand, excuse me, right? This doesn't expand on the 2 week. I would argue that that would be a wick coming back down. I'd argue right here, it's kind of at that weekly resistance. Here. Compressing. Again, they can shoot it over. You got to watch that Sol Bitcoin, but you know, we'll see where we go there with Solana. I've just been getting crushed trying to short it, and it just hasn't been the right move. I have no problem admitting that. I don't care. I don't care. I do care, but I don't care like what people think of of me losing. So anyways, let's look at Bitcoin, right? Let's get to Bitcoin. Weekly looks really good, right? Weekly looks really good. The fact that came down here, wicked down, this was the pickup right here. We're flirting with, the close of last week, or sorry, the open of last week, which is 43.8. We get over that 43.8, we start spending more time over that 43.8, and you're not long, I think you should. That's a trigger to long. We have time again, but you got 3 days left. I'd like to see the move happen on today or tomorrow. I'd like to see them push up. Personally, on the weekend, it's not very exciting. Maybe we get a push for weekend Christmas. I don't know. I just don't know. This is going to be a really nice close, in my opinion. With 30 minutes left, we'll see, right? We'll see how that 4-hour closes, but this looks like a really nice 30-minute. Let's see how this 6 minutes and 55 seconds close at the end. Yeah, 1 hour volatility for sure. Everything's really hot right now. I mean, Digger streams, yo, OG Coin King, I really appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for the follow. Zephy, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I missed that a little bit ago. Bitcoin looking double top-ish. Yeah, I mean, again, Ripier, I think it's okay for right now. I think it's okay. We'll see, but I think it's okay. I'd like for them to save this 21 EMA. I really close over that in 36 minutes, but we'll see. Fibbalicious, thank you for that follow. I appreciate that. Citrus, will BNB break 274? That's a good question. Again, I'm favoring a move to the Sammy. Yo, thank you for that follow. I'm favoring a move to the upside, kind of in general. Let's go to total here. Total looks fine, right? This is Bitcoin and alts. I'm favoring a move up. I'm just gonna ignore that because I don't really play these, but we'll just put that one up. Really clean chart. Look at this. This is a great chart, this total. Great chart. Big boy busy, thank you for that follow. This is a really, really nice chart, in my opinion. The total 1 hour. Got the highs. You got some really just clean chart, man. It's just really clean chart, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look at this. Look at this hourly. We got in 5 minutes. We got the 30. Holding. We're just making higher lows for right now, right? You break down here, I'd be a little concerned, right? You start break down here. You see a retest. That would be my trigger to short on everything. But you can see how total's closing. Seems Bitcoin's kind of leading that. Looks really good on the 30-minute. They're going to probably prevent this 30-minute cross. You have the 30-minute cross here. That's your go to long. Never lost it. Triple toppy. Rippy, I don't know if you're still there. Triple toppy. It's ranging though, right? It's ranging for alts. Really, really nice range. Really, really nice range. Clean range here. Don't need any more than that. You break down here and reassess. Maybe see a retest here. Wait for a breakdown, retest here. That'd probably be my bearish scenario. See, 3 minutes left. Don't want to see the Bitcoin going down like this, but again, 3 minutes is a lot of time. Solana still looks really good. Maybe even a flag here on Solana. type of flag. Maybe, you know, I wouldn't play this. That weekly resistance, we talked about that. So yeah, they could sit, you know, they could send it if they want. Let's look at Sol Bitcoin. This looks really good. This is the problem, right? If you have you got alts running against Bitcoin still, and they're strong. I don't think Bitcoin's going down quite yet. It seemed like every time Bitcoin was becoming bearish and we drive kind of things down to retest, you knew, because alts weren't running like they are now. But like Bitcoin is kind of ranging, right? Look at this. This is crazy. It's like pumping right now with the last 3 minutes. Maybe we got some bullish news. ETF approval. Anyways, you look at Sol Bitcoin right here. You got these. This breaks out from this flag. It's going higher. You could look at. You could argue that it's breaking out of a flag on Sol Bitcoin. And we talked about this being. This is probably at the same type of level as Sol. Yeah, look at this. This is. We talked about this being at that 2-week kind of weekly resistance here. It's there. Hey, look at these wicks. You know, do I want a long here? No, but could this be the top compression? 3 days left in 9 hours. You know, what if Bitcoin starts taking all the money back from alts once it passes the range highs? You know, everyone think about that. We've had all this fun for the last week or 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, really, we've had a lot of fun the last 3 weeks. I've argued a lot of fun. And, well, what if Bitcoin starts ruining the party? It breaks here. You know, look at this, 1 hour. Now we're not compressing. Now we're expanding on that 1 hour. They know what they want to do. They bounce here. It's probably going to be absolutely sent. We actually dipped because there was some bearish divergence, and now they're gonna play it up right here. You know, that's a really good 30-minute close, fam. Really good 30-minute close. Look, they didn't even have to work it back, fam. They didn't even have to work it back. They just are gonna close that 30-minute with 15. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. On the 26th of the 30-minute candle, it dipped. 27 ripped. 28 ripped. 29, I mean, ripped and it's going to hold. 30 closed. Oh, where did it close over? I mean, it's like watching a movie sometimes with this shit. It really is. I kind of laugh because it's they know what they want to do, right? At the end of the day, if you started a project and you were determined to end the project a certain way, you wanted that project, whatever it was, to look the sharpest project, the best project. You wanted it to be clean. You wanted it to be sophisticated, whatever that project is. At the end, you had an idea and a goal of, at the finish line, what that product was going to look like, right? Or the goal of the end of the project, right? Like, you think about that. And if they have a mission, they're gonna get their mission done. That's how I see it. They're gonna get their mission done. So yeah, I mean, it's it looks okay. I mean, Gulf, the bearish candle, it looks okay for me right now. BNB obviously held that entire time. I want to look at maybe some I want to try to find an opportunity to trade here. I don't want to, if anybody has some ideas, put it up in chat, but I don't want to chase anything. All right. So I'm, This is a bear flag thingy. Broke down. Carapow. How about DYDX? I'm gonna have to do some more research on this one. I get a lot of interest in this one. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm not interested. I want to look in like a 5-minute time frame. I'm looking for something like this. Right? Bitcoin just bounced. I'm looking for something like this. No, I wanted a Bitcoin. Hold on. Ooh. That almost looked interesting, but that almost looked interesting. This don't look that great though. Two-hour cross tested. This would have been a nice short. Soul. All right, Cardona. Huh. Ah, this looks interesting. Trading shitcoins on a Thursday. This looks like a good short, dude. Maybe not. Maybe a scalp for a long and then up. Or then down. Is that gonna close with bearish divergence? We're gonna have to come back to this one. Flow, that could be a good short. Maybe not. This might be a good long. Man, I'm just not gonna be able to find anything, am I? All right, that hit some weekly resistance. Possible bullish cross coming. This could run, I guess, you know, like it could run theoretically. Jeez. Can you look at Bonk? Yeah, I just looked at Bonk. I think I don't. Bonk doesn't look that great. Let's see here. Bonk doesn't look that great, man. This doesn't like appealing. I don't. Let's see here. That's pretty. They're trying to work back this cross. So on Bonk. All right. So look on Bonk. They're trying to work back this cross. You got to watch that 5-minute cross. This is actually a really clean chart. You got your meme line. Trying to work back this cross. You got to realize, fam, even though they're compressing it here, we've bounced this support, you know, a bunch of times. This is obviously the 5-minute. We bounced this support a bunch of times. We hit resistance a bunch of times. They're failing to break over the 50 MA. Just the 50 MA alone makes the meme line. You can see that right here. So until this crosses, and they'll cross it, fam. Here's your cross. All right, cross it. All right, fake out, come back down, retest, fake. You know, look, fake out both ways. Kept this compressed enough. This was your long opportunity. Look, come back down here. You know, wick down here, fake out. This is a nice deviation on the 5-minute, and then because these were so compressed, all they had to do is pump 15 minutes, and they got it back over that. Couldn't do it really. You couldn't do something like that here. You see that how they come down here, hit the support. Can't just pump it across. We didn't even test the 50 MA when you have such a big kind of dip like that on something like Bonk, because Bonk is going to have this high volatility. I do want to trade this. I'll tell you that. In the sense that, you know, if we do get this cross, get close to breaking over, I'm going to be watching it, and that's just going to nice little scalp. Depending on what Bitcoin does, obviously, I'm going to kind of watch that. But this is here's your meme line again. Kind of clean break over that 50 MA, get these compressed cross, but watch out. They could easily send it up, come back down. They could fake it out. It all depends really on Bitcoin and where Bitcoin wants to go. I think Bitcoin 30-minute looked fine as far as I'm concerned. They have time. Let's see how this 4-hour closes. That's going to be the most important, I think, is, you know, let's not engulf here. Let's get it inside the candle. 30-minute, watch this, right? They're going to clean this up. Hopefully hold this. They didn't close it in engulfing for a reason. I think this is all kind of a fake out long opportunity on Bitcoin. They're going to shake people out before that last leg, and that's just what's going to happen. Whether Bitcoin takes alts with them after it breaks range high is the question. That's the big cue for me. And could get a hint here. Look, they're holding the daily trend. They've been holding this Bitcoin dominance daily trend for a long time. Oh, I wanted to show this one more. I'll probably end on this, right? I want to show this, and this is a really important thing, I think personally. But it's the three. It's kind of the 3 drive top, 3-day 3 drive top, right? And all I'm gonna do here is, and I've showed this before, and pull out the brush. And we have kind of the one. Make these yellow. Let's make them red. Oh, that's what I want to do. All right, perfect. 1, 2, and this is the 3-day RSI. I'm just pointing out, right? Make some bearish divergence here. We got kind of the 1, 2, 3. We had another 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have one right here. 1, 2, and look at this. See this last one? See this last one? What I'm kind of looking for here. I think we had one right here, or is. Regardless, they got this. They got this. Oh no, I think it's right here. This is the right here. 1, 2, 3. This is the top of 2017, 18. Look, you can look at the dates down here. 2018, right? 1, 2, 3 drive. 1, 2, 3 drive. They go and then look at the price action. This is kind of interesting. Other than the 2018, but it was again. You had the top wasn't bearish divergence on the 3-day. You still had that 3 drive kind of at price action. It came back up here and retested. Oh, I'm sorry. This was it. Sorry, it came back up here and retested $17,000. So if you weren't here, don't remember, we hit that 19,666, and we were down to $11,000 in 3 days. 6 days, excuse me. 6 days. It took us 6 days to reject from 19,666. Also pay attention, this is right before yearly change, right? This is a yearly calendar change happening in 2017. This is December. It hits 19,666, 11,000, and then taps 17,200. If you had bought, let's say this, okay? Look at the 1, 2, 3 here. If you had bought like an idiot, above $16,000. I bought between $14,000 and $16,000. Okay, if you were new, you bought like an idiot. Some, I didn't buy all of mine. I bought actually a majority below 9K. I saw this run coming a little bit around that price. Regardless, if you had bought above $16,000, okay, like I did, because I did buy some above $16,000, you had a third wave here that got you out at $17,000. You could have got out minimum loss, but again, you had to wait. They tortured people. They went down $11,000 and made you wait another 12 days to get back up there. And of course, guess what? We went back up there right after the change of the year, 4 or 5 days right after the change of the year, and then it was all downhill. All right. So we saw our high at the end of 2017 there. All right, we saw our high right here in the middle. All right, we got a kind of got 3 drive here on the 3-day. 1, right? 1, 2, and then the top was the 3rd drive. Yo, Ferdy, thank you for that follow, my man. Ferdamoo. I'm not gonna be able to be on it. Can you look at Bonk? Yeah, I got to you, sports fan. My bad. I'm not sure why I'm read that again. Yo, baby pancakes, thank you for the follow. Anyways, the 3 drive right here, that was the top. Look at this. This was the top, the 3rd drive. Let's go right here. This is a good one. This is a really good one, right? 1. This is just like this one, in my opinion, right? 3 waves. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Kind of marked the top, but we even had a couple more. Look, we had a little bit more there. We even got it was all downhill on the 3-day. They just kept pumping it here. All right. And here it is again. one, wave two, right? We're seeing wave two. Where's my third wave? Right, where's my third wave? And then let's go back down. And I think we got that little bit of time to do it before the yearly close. See that kind of the highs at the yearly close to it, close below that 46,300 level. Wick above, close below, or get really close to it and close below. Either way, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. And then we see our lows made early next year. And then we see Valhalla. And if we're going to talk about, the where would you target Savage for a low, I think it's reasonable to say, if you just use your yearly calendar, as we talked about at the beginning of the stream, I think it's fair to say this is a fair level, right? This is around this is actually $29,000. That's the 2000. If you guys don't know that, that's the 2022. That's the 2021 Open. Excuse me. So this is a nice level. I think we could, get close to here. I don't think we're gonna close over it. Besides that first year at $900, we've never really done that. I don't think this time is different. I don't think we're at $900 Bitcoin. It's completely different. I mean, it's completely different. The narratives are different right now, and they're not bullish narratives in the long run, in my opinion. But we'll see. So again, right here, boom, and then close below, see our lows early next year, and then we can take off and start going up. And go back to this chart, the one that I started with, and I posted. This is the Bitcoin cycle chart for 12-year-olds. You can kind of see how finish line, we got a down year, we got a fill up the tank year, you got really the last year before the run, right? And this is, again, down year, fill up the tank year, last year before the run, and then the run, and down year, fill up the tank year, last year before the run, and then the run. So and I thought this was interesting. I'd use some fibs. The reason I use fibs is because it has some really nice confluence, but lows, yo Dan, how you doing? Lows here, right? And then if you go on fib, just the extension, the fib extension was $20,662, and we really front ran it by $1,000 exactly. It was like $1,004. Down year, fill up the tank year, right? Here's your extension. Last year, so that we hit the 2.414. We did not hit $265,000 last bull run. We actually only hit the extension 1.618, and we went over that extension by $3,000 or $4,000. I guess $7,000 if you talk about the top 69,000. I'm doing much better. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. But yeah, so you see this. This is and so I have a nice, okay, we're not going to make it to the 1.618, just like we didn't make it to 2.414. So in a reasonable target for Bitcoin next bull cycle, I have around 98,000 to 128,000. That's just based on fibs. I'm going to use those fibs. I don't want to like blurt out some ridiculous targets. I don't doubt that Bitcoin can't get there. That's the facts. But again, if you're talking about, let's say the top is $98,000, right? Let's say the top is $128,000. At these current prices, we're talking about a 3x. So people that are euphoric and are convinced that they're buying Bitcoin here is the best investment and blah, 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 and want to hate on all the other people making money in this market off of shitcoins and swapping shitcoins and doing, it's all about doing your research, seeing how I was just watching. See, I was going through every alt and I was trying to find a setup that I was comfortable with, that looked good, all that stuff. I find something I'm not comfortable with, I just keep moving until I find something I'm comfortable with. There's so many opportunities right now, and there's only going to be in my opinion, there'll probably start to be less opportunities come in the future because of regulations and the compliance and around the ETFs and all that stuff and the standardization of this market. So, take advantage of this market while you can. I was fighting a Bitcoin maximalist last night via text message, and I just basically told him, hey man, let's say you're so convinced Bitcoin is going to make you all this money. You buy here, okay, and it 3x's, okay, that's a reasonable target. We'll say $128,000. I'm not going any higher than that. I think that's a little unreasonable, but we'll just say a reasonable target in a bullish sense. That's a 3x, okay? A 3x in 3 years, essentially, 1 or 2 years, okay? We'll call it 2 years, all right? For an example, I did like 150x in 3 weeks off of Pepe. Does anybody understand that? 3 weeks off of Pepe, I did 150x, and people are convinced they're going to make a shitload of money off of buying and holding Bitcoin for 2 years. They're only going to make 3x max. That's not even that great. But again, if you buy it low and you sell it high, okay, that's completely different strategy than talking about the holder. I'm talking about these people that hold, and over a long period of time, you have 2 years, it's going to 3x. Okay, over a long period of time, let's say it 10x's, 5 years, at 10x's after the next halving. Okay, at 10x in 5, 6, 7 years is not something like I can make so much more money off of swapping something that somebody's talking about on Twitter that's new and shiny. That's just the facts behind it. So, or trading a smaller one of these coins. These coins were created, as a friend said, these coins were created as a second chance. If you missed Bitcoin, all right, well, you had plenty of opportunities to get in alts. You had plenty of opportunities to get in alts. You could have gotten alts at 35K and you'd be enjoying life right now. At 35K, Solana was like under $50. It was under 50 for sure. BNB obviously doing very well right now. I like to see that, but here, lower time frames could argue got like this really nice. It's got all, look at these. This is nuts. This is the BNB train, fam. If you guys don't know about the BNB train, this is it. All right, we lose a level, we hold it, hold the higher lows, okay, and we just keep pumping. That's the BNB train, fam. That's all we do, okay, and then we start up another trend line. You just can't fade CZ, right? Can't fade Binance. This thing's so overly short, so much liquidity to squeeze there. But anyways, I appreciate everybody coming. Mad love. I'll be on tomorrow, and it'll be my last stream I won't be on for the whole next week. I'm taking time off, family and all that stuff. So mad love. I'll see y'all. And again, if you're a part of the Discord, I'm going to post up any setup I find here. I'm going to kind of start looking for some setups now that I'm off stream. We'll see what we can find. I would say that, I just say, be patient. Be patient. I think the setup, let the setups come to you. Don't